Hey everybody, welcome back to Child Watch, or Miss Amanda's house, where we're doing Child Watch activities. We're going to be doing music today, so that's fun. Before we get started, I want to talk about sound, alright? And do you know what sound is? Sound is vibrations, and that's how we hear it. That's how we make it. Can everybody say ah like a dentist? Alright? Now put your hand on your throat. Alright, don't press on it. Don't hurt yourself. But go ah. Can you feel? Now maybe ooh. If you hold very, very still, ooh, and you change notes, you can feel the different muscles in your throat, and you can feel it rumbling when you make any sort of noise at all. And that's how sound works. And first instrument we're going to look at today is a kazoo. I know you guys probably recognize the kazoo. It's a very common, very easy instrument. And I've actually given some out in birthday boxes and Halloween prizes and stuff like that. So you might actually have one. This one was a Christmas present actually from my mom this year, if that tells you anything. And it sounds like this. You put your mouth on the fat end there, the big end, and you just hum. Ha ha ha. Doesn't work if you blow. That's not what this does. You see, inside the blue, there's a little bit of gray. And that is just a little thin piece of something or other. Could be some kind of paper or thin plastic. What it does is, when you hum and it makes those vibrations, it rattles it, which makes it have that distorted sound. Watch what happens if I cover that, if I hold it still. Much more subdued. Now I'm not going to touch the gray because I might break it, but even just trying to hold the blue still, it's much more subdued because I'm stopping and holding it still more, not completely. Now today we're going to actually be playing mostly with the glockenspiel, and I've talked to you about vibrations, and also, just as a point, I don't have the mallets that come with this, and I've always been too lazy to order them, so we've got jump rope handles, and also 2 homemade mallets that aren't as loud. I don't prefer them because they're not as loud. So, alright, I'm going to hit a note. You hear that? Now, this is not a xylophone. This is, I've said, a glockenspiel. And the difference is actually the glockenspiel, these that make the noises, they're made of metal. So all those little toy xylophones that you guys might have at home, technically glockenspiels. Xylophones are made of wood. Not the whole thing, just the bars. I mean, they could be. But anyway, I chose the glockenspiel because you guys might have a similar instrument at home. So if you guys have any of your toy xylophones, which, glockenspiel, you might want to go and grab those, and maybe I'll find something you can play along with. Now, you'll note, mine is bigger than most of your average toy xylophones, especially the ones we have at the Y. Those are usually about 10, between 5 and 10 notes. And so you're not going to be able to play every song that I can play on this. I can't even play every song that I can play on this at those other ones. But I might be able to find one that you can. And it might not be in the same key, because honestly, I don't know what notes yours make. So, you can go and grab those, pause the video, go grab them, and we'll see if we can play along. Now, I'm going to give you some tips about playing this type of instrument. Like I said, it's the vibration that makes it make noise. So if I stop the vibration, it stops. But, see, if you have a good tight grip on it, it doesn't make that. Because see how I'm pressing on it? It's stopping it from vibrating fully. So you're going to want to have a little bit of a loose. Don't throw these. Like, don't be going crazy and lose your grip. But, like, let it bounce a little bit in your hand. And then, also, make sure you're not leaving it. You want to push down, but then back up just as fast. See how I'm bouncing? Alright. Now, I'm going to try and play you a song. There may be bloopers at the end of this video, because I don't think I've played it through correctly once. I learned this, I think I tried to play it on Sunday. Alright? Does that... Alright? That's when I learned this. So this is not super well practiced. But it's a song. I did not write it. It is Hushabye Mountain. You might have heard me sing it. I sing this one a lot in Child Watch. It's one of my favorite lullabies. It's from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Anyhow.
That was?
No? Anyway, so that's part of Hushabye Mountain, the way I play it. Now let's play one that I can play on your xylophones, and I have played. Now, the mashup I'm about to do can't be done on your xylophones, but these two songs can be played, but you're going to have to change the key. I can help you change the key. I'll do that in a minute. Alright, now both of these songs, I'm just going to go on a, what's it called? What is it called? Disclaimer. Number one, I didn't write them. That's usually what people say when they say they have a disclaimer. But I did not choose these songs to learn on the xylophone or the glockenspiel. You did. Miss Amanda, can you play? Yes, I can, actually. So, these are not my fault. Alright, parents? These are not my fault. Let me see if I can find the right key. So those were Old Town Road and Baby Shark. And I have played both of those on the xylophones. But for Baby Shark, I think that was probably how you play Old Town Road on the xylophones. But you'll notice, I mean on the toys, but you'll notice when I did Baby Shark, this note up here, that wouldn't be on your home glockenspiel. So you would need to do it in, would it be E? Nope. How about C? That's where you'd need to do it. So, listen for this sound. And then you just go 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. 3. Now for Old Town Road, you'd go 1 up, because you can't play Old Town Road in C. Ready? See, that's just wrong. So, in Old Town Road, you go, if you're starting at D, that makes this one 1. You go 1. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 1, Math was never my strong suit. Can't think of more than one thing at a time. So anyway, I'm going to show you now some things that might be helpful at home. Like I said, I did not, this is a secondhand instrument. I did not receive mallets with it. I've been using these because they're loud, but I also made my own mallets, which this is what I substituted for a rubber mallet. This is a bouncy ball stuck on a dowel rod. And let's see how that sounds. Now parents, your children's plastic, and kids, your plastic mallets that come with your little mini Glockenspiel xylophone things, they're going to have that similar effect. Maybe not quite as loud as my wood, but they're going to be loud. The bouncy ball is ruined, just so everybody knows. But it was an old one and it didn't have much bounce in it left. You hear me? You hear that? You can still hear the sound. But it's much quieter. This one is actually more of a professional style mallet. It's a cord yarn wrap mallet with a hard center, but it's even quieter than the rubber. Now, tutorials for these can be found on YouTube, and if your children have broken out their Glockenspiels in this lovely stay-at-home order, you might want to look into it. Ear savers, that's what this is. So, all it took was tape, a dowel rod, and some string. That's all this is. This is a dowel rod and a bouncy ball. There's no going back for this bouncy ball, but that's all it is. Alright, and this itself was not expensive. It was not, if anyone was wondering. And I really like the sound. So, that should be all for today. I should be back sometime soon, and we're going to make something next time. But we're still going to keep the musical theme. Alright? We're going to keep it going. I'll see you then. Alright. We're going to keep trying it. So, there might be some cuts, because... See, I already got it wrong. It's the second note. The second note, Miss Amanda. Why? Why did I do that? Enough out of you. Oh, you trying to wimble away.
Wimble away.